Are you?
Fine. How are you? I think we should hold on for a second. I'm going to tip this down a little like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you are in the okay. Okay. Start.
Mm-hmm.
So when people ask how are you, what do you say?
I say fine. I say okay.
What is that is okay?
Uh, like in other words, nothing to worry about. No big stories.
Hmm.
No concerns.
Like the computer is on, the same way the mind computer is always on. Suppose if a person is very worried, how are you? Other one say, how are you? And then they say, yeah, fine. But inside machinery is going on. So body, mind, soul, like either someone oriented or goal body, more rooted in the body. There is one limit, because boundary of the body. Mind, like what mind think about normally.
The mind might think about lists of things to do. Oh, maybe what I just said is stupid. I Yeah, just accomplishments,
Yeah, past and future.
worries about what just happened, what might happen.
Yeah, past, future, and about health, and so and then the soul. People have identified the soul something in the end, in the last. They put a like a prayer basket. They need God at the very end. While if we observe the spiritual people, their words are not understood, but they point out that you are not the body and mind, but you are the self or no self, the word. That means you are infinite, you are unbounded. So don't worry, past and future. But our life goes on all the time into the computer machine, all the time. Past, future, future, past. And we don't even know it and recognize because one wish is fulfilled, maybe take 1 year or 2 year, and then other is replaced. So constant chattering of the mind goes on. What one poet says, what is this life full of care, not a minute to look and stare. What he is pointing out is that the real peace, what the other word Shakun or the real silence is the real peace where the mind has dissolved in the being all that becoming, getting, desire, all they are into being. And that happens in the sound sleep. In the sound sleep is you get recharge of the battery. But what is the realized realization is life is to live, but we spend the whole life in preparing to live
Yeah.
and miss the boat of life. So see the difference?
Yeah.
What?
So yeah, that rather than really be enjoying and being in the moment, we're preparing for the moment, never in the moment.
Yeah. Then man has invented. They have some kind of fun when they are in the bar or they have they are come out of the work office,
Mhm.
and that's why they call it the happy hour. The realized masters means the one who observed their life, happy life, not only happy hour, 1 hour, but 24/7. When that happen,
When they drink.
yeah, when they drink, but like also suppose if he's a mad person, that also is more happy than normal
Oh yeah.
because normal is more worried. So when what that describe is no mind state. This one is on.
I don't know.
No mind state. No mind state is in the sound sleep also, unless you realize that don't take this uh, memory chip life too serious because you will miss the infinite opportunity of life. So somehow most of most of the people are lost in the body mind chip. You can call it a computer chip, body mind, and they miss the, you can say, 95%, because it's upside down. The infinite opportunities are there, infinite timelessness, from time to timelessness is, that's what the soul or eternal spirit means, the other word of the freedom. So we put the word body, mind, soul, or yin, yang, and the Tao. So the body is a yang, yin, body, mind, and the soul means the wholeness, the eternal spirit, the wholeness. Like you see, we are seeing the channel 1 to 13 and 12 and 15, and we miss what the cause. Beyond the cause, the screen is covered by the pictures and images and the sounds. And most important thing is the screen. Screen is forgotten. The same way, most important thing in life is to find out what is the most important, and that's not even a thing. That is no thingness, everything appearing. So this body mind or the things, they appear and disappear. So the ego construct thing, if I'm not thinking, then I'm not. But there is another unknown, unknown life which is beyond the body mind. By mind means the thinking. What is that? That is like called not feeling, but beyond feeling. Beyond feeling, non reactive mind, no mind, is another state which cannot be even described with the unlimited pleasure, you can say, unlimited pleasure, uh, because you are one with the wholeness, with the infinite. You have moved out from becoming, worries, thinking, and in the being the wholeness. And that's the, because there is no problem of the desire and wanting and becoming, none of those things bothers you. They are there, but they do not bother you. Does it make sense, or do you get
Yeah, it makes sense how
what
to be in that place.
being being?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a
Uh,
lifetime of not living that way after your childhood.
yeah, you are in the childhood. You enjoy that state because in the childhood, children play 5 hour, 10 hour go by, and they are one with the being. Even a little thing become extraordinary little because uh, time and timelessness are unified. You know, you forget the time, but the worried mother will call the child, oh, it's the dinner time now, forget the game. So, like linear living is already in the cats and dogs. They don't have division of playtime, dinner time. It's all one unified
Mm-hmm.
wholeness.
Yeah.
They are not caught up or stuck in the time. Time is the illusion which which divide the life and the mind. So daily duties and responsibilities, there nothing wrong with that. The only difference is that are you living the living or you are worried about living. So life is extremely simple. The paradise, heaven, God you are seeking already is seeking you, except it's like, uh, see, the cup, if you put upside down, you cannot fulfill it. It feel like empty and empty. So then one has to transcend the explore what is beyond body and mind, because the mind try to figure out God or paradise, and those things cannot be figured out with the mind or the concepts of the words and the time factor or the techniques and methods, because it is beyond the grip of the time or mind. So it is simple innocence cannot be like figure out. You live it or you miss it. It's too uh, too simple. But it becomes worse and worse when you try to calculate it with the mind. Yeah. You calculate it with the mind, time, techniques, and all that. Because silence cannot be understood. I'm talking of not just not speaking silence, the inward silence. Inward silence happens when your all journey is finished. So all running is finished. It's one outer journey, one inner journey, but uh, beyond the journey is just a wakefulness, understanding of it. And then you have arrived home. It's like every day when you wake up from the dream, then is there another awake? How can you awake when you are already awake? You understand? So, how can you find a thing when you have not lost anything? So, all it is U turn. U turn means from the illusion to awareness, from the uh, don't try to eat uh, dinner on the screen, otherwise you will confuse others and yourself, you see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's that simple. Why we miss it? We miss it because it's too simple. Simplicity. When you were a child, how do you return to that
Yeah,
child?
that's what I asked. That's
Yeah,
what I asked.
because the mind is not only one monkey mind. There are like 5, 10 monkeys inside the head. One you can handle, but the more people are anxietyful, what is that? That means not only one, many monkeys, a bundle of desires and thoughts. Like on the body level, 1 pound, 10 pound, 100, how to lose weight. You try to understand what I have been eating and habits. The same way, the in the body weight loss, in the mind stress loss. Learning the life, the mystery of life. Life is so mysterious and so wonderful and so terrific. Even a small flower or small leaf, someone who loved you and you loved that, they give you only one little thing that's equal to million
Oh
dollars.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But when someone you start hating, they give you $1 million, still it's not worth that. So that is the whole drama is within the body and mind, is within us. So this life is such a mystery. It's beyond the value, beyond the time, and that is also once understood, once realized, then at the end of all worries, anxieties, and all running, all becoming. Why? Because then gate gate parasam gate bodhi swaha is like ultimate. Uh, you are pregnant with the infinity, wholeness, and it's like a little doll uh, made up of the salt, and try to measure the ocean and it goes toward the ocean, what happens? It dissolves in the ocean. There is a fear, but it loses its identity, but also at the same time gaining the infinity. Then you have arrived home. No more search for God because godliness is living in your through you as you. All the great masters, Jesus Christ, Buddha, or you name it, Krishna, Moses, all that is within you as you. So don't consider this life as a lump of body mind. Wake up, wake up, wake up, and live the divinity now, now, here and now. That serenity, that real silence of mind cannot be understood. You can throw any questions, but try to screen and understand that the very answer given by books or by any is within the question. You see, any question, the answer is already there. Only understanding. Understanding means looking at it. There is no outside world. The whole world are within the consciousness, within that. And that's how in the sound sleep all question, worries are so not are solved, dissolved because like a little doll made up of salt, when it tried to measure and question, hey, who is the ocean? What kind of all that is gone. Like the river and the waves and the bubbles. Bubbles when dissolve, what happened? It arises, only appear as separate, but it
Dissolves
dissolves.
and becomes one with the bigger body.
So that's another kind of living, soulful living. Soulful living means from living from the heart, not the not bombarded with the head, and not only the Western life, the world life, today life bombarded by the conceptual thinking, the screen, and consumerization and products and things, and the subtle form in our thinking and desires, and we are lost. And torn apart, wanting something, not getting it, wanting something, getting it, and then that another object replace that desire. But when the heart chakra, which is more open, if we see around us the animals and plants, they are not, they are blessed in that way. Human being has cursed themselves with the little monkey mind, which is memory chip, which appear as different colors, different forms. But actually, there is nothing new. It appears as new. Whether it is computer, cars, or anything. Those are things. They appear, that's consumerization. That is like all you need is not the things, all you need is love. Now, love is beyond things. It's a heart to heart consciousness. That's why, suppose someone gives you a smile, you will receive when you are open also in the heart. But someone gives you a smile and the other person don't receive because they want the things, not your smile. So they are closed. So all you see is not the world. All you see is your consciousness. All you see is you only, but appears as different. There is no other. There is no other, and there is no things. It is only because in the sound sleep there is no wanting, no desiring, no worries. In the sound sleep. In the dream, so called dream, suppose you have eaten dinner and you go to sleep, and then you are again hungry. So, what kind of body is that? That's a subtle body. And you are feeling hungry. So, your body mind is like a tool, is like a clothing, but you are that, but you are something infinite, unbounded consciousness. So, can you live that? Yes, life is all living. Life is that. So, the treasure you are seeking, majority of the people, all the time working, thinking dollar is only to buy the things. That is the essence of things. But there is something which cannot be bought. What is that? That is the life. Can you buy your hunger? Can you buy your sound sleep? Can you buy anything? So, most of the people are caught up in distraction of things. That's all. But when you are awakened, that's the real wealth, because no doing, no thinking. Being already is. You don't need to achieve and all that has to throw away. All the knowledge you have, you have to throw away. Empty. And empty means is the word, but emptiness. Emptiness means what? Nothingness. And it includes things, but it's still nothingness. And that's what the top scientists or quantum physics, that things are not the things, all they appear as different, appear. And the very proof is when your body mind mechanism, little tool, is, which is run by the breathing breath. When that is stopped, the pulse stop, the whole thing is the dream machine, the dream tube, the dream little chip is. You can give any tonic and vitamin injections, all basura. So, health in Sanskrit is called swastha. Swastha means establish in the self. What is the self? As the nearest word comes the soul or eternal spirit. What is eternal spirit? Can I see it? What is eternal? The eternal spirit is seeing through your these little eyeballs. Eyes don't see. Because if eyes see, there are people who don't have eyes, they can still perceive and see. There is more subtle. What do you see when you are asleep in the dream? Because the subtle body is still operating. So this life give a challenge that figure out what is life, because you are called a life is born when a child is born, but we get lost into the things and then is gone. So the intelligent person question the intelligence, creative intelligence, because you miss the life. If you are caught and stuck into the sensual pleasures, nails and hair and all that external things, and that's what is happening to the world materialization, commercialization is befooling each other, befooling others, and giving birth to new diseases. And then, obviously, there are subtle microcosms. Those viruses, they say, okay, you are smart, we are not even visible, we are invisible, and they are attacking. So remain, that's what they call the dharma. Dharma means, and that's what the analyzing of the timing. What are the times? Of course, the holy science of the scriptures will tell you that the Kali Yuga, Sat Yuga, Raj Yuga, is not yours, is the consciousness flow of the consciousness. And everything is within you. Every time is within you, and beyond the time is within you. So when it depends where are you standing? Are you caught up into the gross body, nails and hairs, or are you caught up into the mind confusing? And mind is a very good machinery because it does not stop. It gives you illusion of one object is fulfilled, and it jumps into another desire. So it's like a circle of the different kind of foods, different kind of clothes. Imagine the clothing industry, fashion industry for cat and dog. And in future, people would invent because there are already the hotel rooms for cat and dog, because that is the different kind of superego. The lady has $1 million, so she will spend, coming the colonic guy giving colonic to the cat, and shrimp, big jumbo shrimp. That was Madame Beverly Hills. So these are all circus of the mind, body, mind, and the soul. Now the soul is a dead beat if one don't live it, because it cannot be understood with your stupid mind. Either it's like a perfume of the rose flower. You cannot capture and encapsulate it and do not figure it out. So the truth is such a beauty that is much smarter than your mind. Either you live it or you miss it. That's all. Very simple. Because it is, you see the difference? Perfume is still everywhere, and where does it come from? The perfume in a rose flower. Where does it come? From infinite. And where does it go? Into, there is no point. There is no localization. The same way is the truth, because it's not born and die or time bound. It's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. So is the love. Love is nowhere and everywhere. What do you have to say?
So what you're saying is things come from nothing, they're experienced, and then they return to nothing.
Yeah, like the words you said, where are they?
Well, they're over.
Uh, the silence, the truth cannot be spoken actually. These words, the words and languages, they give you some kind of indication and some kind of uh, observe how the plants communicate, how the beauty in the animal dog barking is more honest than the human beings, you know. It just goes through them. Human beings, the corruption is involved, cheating, slavery, and all those things. They invented it, you know. So this thinking pattern is a gluey stuff. It can waste so much precious life at the cost of almost nothing. Imagine many countries the people work 9 to 5, 9 to 5. They spend the whole life. Of course, they give birth to 3 children, 4 children, and then their children give another grandchildren, and then they belong to one church, one group, one group. This is all a what do you call that? Spider net, decorated words. I belong to this church, I belong to this group, and they are happy in that way. And hate at the same time others
Mm.
because
Yeah, once you belong to one group, you have to explain why you don't belong to this other one
that's
because
all.
they're different, they're
Yeah.
bad.
So the life is so much corrupt in comparison to the plants and animals. Human beings have divided, not divided, distorted, poisoned, diseased, sick, and suffering, and stressful. But nobody really talk about that, make a movie on that, that how how the diseases are born, the root cause of the disease is psychosomatic or the blood pressure, and all those are not in the cats and dogs that much. The reason because it's a linear, uh, is there no because the very word blood pressure because they try to manage their anxiety in the heart, in the chest. They hide so many secrets, which is called manipulation, which is in the which is in the organization or in the offices, and that's why now rapidly the hierarchy of the structure and the churches are flying away the structure of the what you call offices and government that's dissolving away. People are waking up. They want to work for themselves. I'm not saying one is better than another. This goes on, but the life is a canvas. You can put any painting you want. You can become a so-called bad person, or a good person, or a what you so-called criminal, bad, or these are just the words, you know. These are just the words. But one thing is for sure, that the man has, what a man has done? It has invented paper or dollar or the diamond, and that is the essence of things. Because with one little diamond, you can buy the whole block. Yes and no? But that is nothing. But that is a very big thing in the material life. So imagine, of course, they're intelligent people who have earned money. They are smart in one little angle of becoming comfortable, but they have not questioned what is life. Life is not you can buy a velvet bed, but there is no sleep there. There is no hunger there. So therefore, body mind is only 2%. Body in comparison to the eternal spirit, eternal. So the multi-millionaire, they are beggars to begin with, and they remain in that loop of more money, more money, more money. They are more foolish, more stupid, but they are busy. They are walking into the running from one limousine to other limousine, but all that basura. Name, fame, money, honey, power, all those are egotistic layers, ego layer, and slowly die. So the you can say God or godliness or the eternity knocking, hey, listen, I gave you the opportunity of this body mind, a bubble, to recognize what is real, what is unreal. Wake up. If you are a bubble of unreality, you will suffer. Real reality, then you will not suffer. Uh, and the third one is you can play as the sufferer or inconvenience, but never really suffer. So, in the life, what they say, so called enlightened or unenlightened, the enlightened people in reality, they lighten up. They are the biggest fun, big fun. Why? Because they live as ordinary. But inside, the heart is extraordinary. So how can you see and recognize, they give you an award to an enlightened person? No. You cannot see with the outside, but their space, the eternity, because it's not for sale. Of course, people give award to the big gurus with the big following and big industries. No, it is not of that, because There is no one you can give to any other one. There is no technique you can give to it. It was the like the can't you observe that people like Ramana Maharishi or J. Krishnamurti, they were given millions and millions. They did not, they kicked that. Why? Because they, the eternity in the form of human being, that is the godliness. You see the difference or not? You do you see?
Mhm.
And then comes Ravan Mary, he won't even speak because he could see that the silence can speak louder than the words. But where are the people who hear that? Eye to eye contact. The satsang is done in a different way. Gratitude happen. Automatic it happen. But people they think okay they can get by the video audio. Yes, you get the reflection of it, but not the real thing. What you have to say? See, it's very rare who really listen because outside world when they want to observe the satsang, it has to be a very, very real person.
Hmm.
Because otherwise all they see is judging, you know. Because the mind is framed that way. What do I get? What do I get? So anything to say?
No.